Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Alexa, what's the time please?
It's 8:47 p.m.
So it's nearly 10 to 9 in the evening. Okay, Sunday. I've not had a particularly good day. I've had a headache for most of it, which a lot of us get, especially in the cold, damp weather. Coughs, colds, flu, whatever, right? So the last video, I did was about 3 hours ago, and that was before I took Max out for a walk this evening. Everybody should feel safe in their own home. I don't, and I've said that. I've said that to you lot before. I've reported incidents to the police. I've reported incidents to the housing, and I've read a diary from 2024, and the same things were going on then. 23, 22, 2021, 2020. I am not being protected. The landlord's clearly not interested, so I have a duty to protect myself, which I do. And if something feels off, or I feel I'm in a dangerous situation, or I feel scared, then I protect myself. And if that means keeping myself indoors away from it, that's what I would do. I'm not a young person. I'm not in my 20s. I'm not in my 30s. I'm not in my 40s, right? One day, yes, I will be old. And I can see why old people are terrified to just go outside and walk to the shop and go in there. So from the last video to now, I'm going to tell you what's happened. I was sitting down and I was watching a documentary on television about, do you remember when Cliff Richard was arrested? Cliff Richard was arrested. He and accused of something that he said he didn't do. So was Paul Gambaccini and a radio presenter called Fox. They used to call him Foxy. So I was watching that. So it was a documentary about several celebrities being arrested for sexual abuse. Right? That's what I was watching. And then I went on to watch a film which was about women in the news industry. Three blonde women sticking up for their rights against sexual harassment in the workplace. That's what I was watching. I watched the documentary on suspected sexual abusers, celebrities being arrested, and then I watched this film about three women standing up for women's rights within the media industry. I made myself a cup of tea, I sat down, and then I was rummaging around to see if I could find any more Christmas decorations to put up. That's what I've been doing this afternoon. I did eat lunch. I made myself some tuna and sweet corn and some noodles. So tuna, sweet corn, noodles, and I'm not hungry. Right, I'm not hungry. I've had food. I had food in the cupboard. I did say so, didn't I? So basically, when it got towards 10 to 7, I was in my coat, ready to go out. I had Max on the lead, and put my beanie hat on, my Gengar purple beanie hat. And then as I walked towards the lift, I could hear a load of noise. Alright? this is why I want to be moved out of this block of flats. I'm not a young person. I'm not young. I'm not Gen Z. I'm not young, and I appreciate that, right? So I need to be moved out of this block of flats, and I'm not the only person that's over 40 in this block of flats. There's women that are living on a higher floor than me that are probably about 70 or 80. And it's very, very frightening, and it's very, very intimidating when you are trying to go out of your flat and get into the lift, and there are, I don't know who they were, so I'm gonna just tell you that I was trying, before I got into the lift, I could hear a racket going on, and there was bicycles inside the lift, and lads shouting and swearing inside the lift, and it went on for about 15 minutes. It went on for about 15 minutes. When I went down the stairs, all I could hear was swearing and shouting and bikes going up and down the ground floor. Now, I'm not going to put myself in danger. I'm not going to put my dog in danger. So I walked back up the stairs, came into my flat, and asked Charlie advice. Charlie said to me, wait 15 to 20 minutes and then go back out and see if whoever it was has gone. So I waited for a bit, went back out. The lift was actually shaking. It was shaking inside. There was yelling and shouting, there was swearing. Went back into my flat. Charlie said, just leave it a bit longer. And then he said to me, has it stopped now? So I left it another 5 minutes, and nobody else was about. There was a couple of umbrellas flat on the floor in the landing part of my floor. There was umbrellas on the floor, right? What is worrying me, guys, is that I was told when I got this property that nobody had access to my floor. But you can access every floor if you go in the lift. So I was lied to when I took this property. They said to me it was secure and it was safe and that no one can access my floor. But they can through the lift. So if those lads decide to come up to my floor, which I have had lads knock on my door from a floor above me, right? Earlier this year. So they do have access to my floor. So I need to be moved out of this property. It's not safe. Nobody should feel intimidated and scared to leave their flat just to go down the stairs to exit the building. And it made me feel intimidated. It might not have been targeted at me. They might have been talking to each other and having a laugh. But when they are obstructing the lift and I can't get in it because they're stomping up and down inside it, it's very intimidating. And anybody that was elderly or disabled would not have been able to use that lift for about 15 to 20 minutes, maybe more, because there was someone obstructing the lift with bike in it and it was being shaken. Now this happened earlier this year. I tried to get into the flat and I don't know who they were again, opening and shutting the door to the stairs and hovering by the lift. And I had to walk past them. Right? This, to me, is stemming from TikTok. people going through my TikTok, making fun, and just because when I was doing TikTok live streams earlier on this year, I had lads ringing my buzzer about 3 or 4 times while I was doing a live stream. So they even know my flat number. Right? That's what's concerning me. When I came back in for the last time, there was something on the ceiling from upstairs. I believe the lads that are doing it are coming from the same floor from upstairs. I'm not saying it's them upstairs, but these lads are coming from the same floor. Right? So I had to put a lot. Not only did I have to put up with being intimidated, not being able to go down in the lift, I had something on the ceiling before I actually went out for the last time. So I went down the stairs, and there were sweets on the floor, those pink and white sweets. And I picked them up and I threw them in the bin. One was even chewed. It was half eaten. So you had pink and white sweets on the floor, and one that they put in their mouth and thrown on the floor. It had their teeth marks in it. Right? Picked it up, threw it in the bin. That's what a responsible person does. I went out of my flats. I was not holding any camera. I was not recording. I don't know who they were for sure. I never saw anybody's face. I just heard it. Swearing. Banging around in the lift for about 20 minutes. Riding up and down the ground floor. So I felt that I couldn't go outside for 20 minutes. And when I did go out, obviously things happen outside that I wouldn't have encountered if I'd gone out earlier. Whether it was done on purpose, I can't say that for sure. I'm just saying, and I'm stating what has happened. So when I went out, there was a car with headlights shining right through the back entrance, and I've had a headache all day. So I went out the front because I didn't want to get run over. Went out the front of the building, round the back of the flats, up near the field, and to start with, it was quiet. It was quiet. And then a group of 3 people got out of a car and were being loud. Groups of 3. And then another group of 3 people were walking towards me. Now, I had not engaged with these lads in the lift. I'm a woman. And I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm not going to go downstairs and shout at people or get into violent arguments. I felt intimidated. I felt afraid. I did not engage with these lads. I felt that the noise upstairs was angering me, and even though they were causing me grief upstairs, I did not go downstairs and engage with these lads. Right? I'm at home here with my cat and my dog. I don't have any children. So it's two lots of 3 people. So I was trapped because there was a group of 3 people coming towards me in a line down the path. There was a group of 3 people by the stairs. So I had to walk past. I had no choice to have to walk past one of these sets of 3 people. But I didn't brush against them. I wasn't angry. My day has been pretty shit, pretty boring, food-wise. I've not really spoken to anyone except my mother this morning, and I felt intimidated. and in a corner, so to speak. So I carried on walking, and I took photographs of the cathedral spire, which was lit up green, and I liked that very much, and the crane. And I feel that I am a woman, and it isn't necessary for groups of people to like come towards me and to try and intimidate me. Just because I am not filming, it doesn't mean I'm not recording and logging what's going on. And just because someone's not holding a phone and recording, it doesn't mean they haven't got another camera on them. Right? So this is nonsense. It's silly. I feel like I'm being controlled and restricted and intimidated, and I'm not being allowed to meet real people. Just these idiots that are trying to control my life and intimidate me, right? So yes, people can have access to my floor if they go up in the lift. And there's a camera in the lift, and there's 2 cameras downstairs. Whether they're real or they're dummy cameras, I don't know. So when I came into my flat, the same thing as this afternoon, but this time Harry, my cat, was sat in the living room. My bedroom door was open again when it was shut. And there was a book on the floor, Madonna, by Randy. The name of the author was called Randy. R-A-N-D-Y, Randy. That book was not on the floor when I went out this evening. But again, I'm not making assumptions. Maybe Harry went in there, took a liking to the book Madonna, and knocked it on the floor. And then came out again. I'm not reporting anything. It's being logged, it's being dated, and this situation has been going on for 3 or 4 years. As you know, there's recordings on my YouTube of police not taking my situation seriously. Police offering me safety courses and not following through with any help. So it's just there. The police won't do anything, the housing won't do anything. I have to look after myself. And it's not just me going through this, it's men and women. There's no policing in this country. There never has. Even before the Queen was in power, the police have not done anything to help me. Right, every government's failed. It's not just Keir Starmer. It's all of them. It's the system itself. It fails everybody. It's the system. But we like to blame somebody. But if you go through every single government, there's always been homeless on the streets. There's always poor suffering. I read a diary in 2018 where I had my electricity cut off. I had it cut off because I couldn't afford it. It's not just now. And it'll keep going on and going on. And I'm tired of fucking fighting it. I'm tired of fighting it. So I'm just trying to lead my life, and I've got fuckers come, I'm sorry, excuse my language, fuckers getting in my face and in my way. I don't want violence. I don't want arguments. I just want to walk my dog. I'm not dangerous. But what do I do if I need to defend myself? Just stand there. If you come across all soft, they'll walk all over you. Come back into my flat. And it's just a game with them all. Because they're so used to a reaction. They just want to start coughing, banging. It's not funny. It's pathetic. It's childish. And whoever's Randy, enjoy yourself. See you later.